Simple things in life. I've got a nice mossy chair to sit on. Sun's being quite nice. The bugs aren't harassing me. It's cooling down. It's about 7:30 in the evening. And I've been whittling. And this one's looking quite nice. So, yeah. Be ashamed to fire it and then lose the bloody thing. But still. Life is good sometimes. Ignore all the politics and the genocides and everything else. And look at the simple things. Focus on a positive for a change. I've got no Wi-Fi reception. I've got no phone reception. Actually, I've got one thing with phone reception. But minimal Wi-Fi's in my brain. And it's just kind of peaceful. And what did it cost me for this? Well, the inflatable mattress, I'm not using at the moment. I'm kind of got it on the side because it's still too warm. And but yeah, tonight I'll need it. 3 o'clock in the morning I'll bloody need it. And yes, I did bring my thermal as well because I just remembering that even height of summer, first thing in the morning, like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, if I want to get out and go for a slash, I'm going to need to put the bloody thing on. It's nice having that bit of comfort and warmth first thing in the morning without having to piss about, jogging on the spot, which I can't do. I actually fell over earlier and the metalwork went smack straight into my kneecap. Yeah, that was not fun. Plus also landed on my wrist, which also has dodgy surgery. So, yeah, I didn't cry. Thought about it. But anyway, yeah, so the setup I've got here. The hammock, 30 quid, more or less. I think it was less. First one was 28, second one was 29, I think. I did post videos of how much it cost at the time. So you're talking about 30 quid for the hammock. Probably 20, 15 or 20 for the inflatable mattress. It's one of those you step on it to inflate it. I don't bother. I'm not stepping on it on this stuff. I just blow it up. And it only takes a few minutes. And that's with my asthma. And it's quite handy in the night because if you pop the thing and the thing comes up and it deflates itself, it's not that difficult just to lie on one side and then inflate it whilst you're sitting on it, which I did weekend before last. Sleeping bag, I think it was 10. That's the main setup for sleeping. Inflatable mattress, sleeping bag and a hammock. Well, 60 quid? You can get cheaper. You can get a hammock without the fly tarp thingies. They shifted a bit. Oh yeah, my log moved. You can get those without the fly tarp, so it's just a mosquito net hammock for like 10-15 quid. So you could just do it with comfort for 30 quid. Get yourself a 15 quid hammock, 10 quid sleeping bag, you're sorted. So I was just thinking that even with the Wi-Fi towers emitting their ultra high and low frequencies and the microwaves and all the rest of it, which are it's not conspiracy theories, a fact, to control your emotional state, and unfortunately it's real. But even with all that, and the fact I'm in a 1-bedroom bungalow, damp and surrounded by druggies, I would rather live here and access to a nice little bit of woodland like this for my 1 night a week, which has now been for the past 5 weeks, because I'm finally getting more mobile after the crash, than living in my own house, which I own in Ireland. It's a 3-bedroom bungalow, bit big. It's only slightly bigger than what I'm in at the moment, but it's a 3-bedroom with an extension on for the kitchen and bathroom. And I did spend a small fortune on the garden, fruit and nut trees. My little willowwoods that I built, because it's just over an acre. And yet I would still rather be here in a rented little damp, shitty place surrounded by druggies than go back to Ireland. I don't know if it's something in the air like the Wi-Fi towers you get here, where it fucks your brain. I don't know what the reason is, but it is just solid depression. Everybody who goes to the Republic of Ireland suffers massive depression. Now, I don't know if it's just the water supply or if it's something else. I mean, everyone has it. And you can actually, it's a palpable, tangible thing. If you go on the ferry to get to Ireland, people leave Wales, can I say get to Ireland, and they're loud. The closer to Ireland they get, the quieter they get, and they're more depressed and somber and sober and just dead inside. And it's the complete opposite when you leave. You start off massive depression, and by the time you get to the other side, you're laughing and screaming and happy. I do wonder if there is some kind of psychological thing being forced on people. Because you use the Wi-Fi towers to control your emotional state. I mean, hundreds of people got locked up in these riots a couple of years ago, or last year, or whenever it was. Most of them didn't know where the fuck they were. They were doing a zombie thing. They were just like, so was it a barbecue? Why am I in the street? Why am I being locked up? And nobody knew what was going on. They didn't know, none of them had any idea that they were in a riot. Because it was all just literally brainwashed. But I wonder if Ireland's got something on a more intense scale. Because it is just massively depressing. The suicide rate in that country is astronomical per capita. And yet I still rather live here. Even though I've got my own place over there. It's a case of, I mean, I tried selling it, but it's a pain I can't be asked, honestly. It's a case of, there I'm surrounded by woodland, but the woodland is evergreen, which poisons everything. It's cash crops. It just feels really, really bad. My little patch, my little 1 acre, is all apple, oak, willow. I did actually get 2 redwoods, just for the sheer sake of it, to plant. But most of it's just fruit and nut trees. I keep hearing something rather large stomping around in the woods. There are deer up here. We're not exactly talking great big massive things. We're talking, I could carry it. I'd rather it was not alive when I was carrying it, but you know. Right, I think I need to go and crash out for a bit before I tempt fate too much with the bugs. Although, they're starting to come out, but there's not many. And these are the bugs that stick mostly low to the ground. I had a weird one land on me earlier. It was like one of these funky fairy ballerina things. It was like purple and mauve and day-glow blue and yellow. It's really, really freaky colours. Well, I just blew it off me. But it's just like freaky. The sort of thing you get in a fantasy movie. Right. Back to the radio. See, normally I've got the radio on. It's just nice background noise. Okie dokie. Back to my little whittling.